Oh, here we go. Fresh flatbread. This was made just a few hours ago. I've got some vegan hummus in there. Most hummus is vegan. Man, this tastes so good. Oh, fresh bread, man. Carbs, baby. Carbs. This is unreal, man. Doesn't get better than this. Actually, it does get better than this, but you know what I'm saying. Imagine doing no carbs. Imagine fasting. I'm not allowed to eat. Welcome to the video. Boom! Vegan cyclist. People used to call me the vegan cyclist. I'm so cool that it's not cool. I'm so happy and proud that Tyler, vegan cyclist, has done so well. He's really cranking along. He's getting a great audience. Tyler was inspired by myself. Sounds really arrogant. To get on YouTube a few years back in 2014. Watch some of his older videos. You see that Drew influence coming through, and I love it. I love that there's not just me and Cycle Core like it was 10 years ago. There's just two YouTubers on there giving cycling tips. So it's fantastic that the audience is getting shared around. You know, it's fantastic. And so I've been a part of that. Helped get Cycling Maven going, Vegan Cyclist, Lantern Rouge, even GCN. I remember when GCN was first starting out, where I was giving them some pointers and tips and things like that. So yeah, I like to treat people how I want to be treated. So if there's tips I can offer someone, I'll share it with them. You know, just because I love when people do it to me. You know, people are like, oh, don't share with the competition. I don't have competition. You know, because it ain't a competition for me. You know, it's like, I mean, there's like a small part of me when I get on the bike becomes a big part when there's a hill in front of us and it's like, let's go. But in terms of everyday life, I believe truly in treating people how you want to be treated. You know, so if someone gets 10 million subscribers or 10 subscribers or whatever, I'm like, just hopefully though, hopefully. All I ask people, if you're inspired by me, create content and get an audience, awesome. All I ask, please, 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 don't promote calorie restriction, carb phobia, vegan phobia, sugar phobia, caffeine, you know, what's the word? Normalizing of stimulant usage. Well, I'll call it abuse. If you use stims when you're tired, you're abusing them. There's a place for stimulants. Be it your caffeine, your matcha, your tea, caffeine, coffee, caffeine, chocolate, things like that. Your ADD meds, very popular in California. Adderall, Ritalin, you know. These things are very popular in the USA, not so popular in Australia. But yeah, they can have a place for people. But if you use them every day to avoid sleep and rest, that's no good. Natasha right now, she's in the next room over, having a nap, having a sleep. Siesta. Get your siestas, people. If you're going to use stims, only use them when you're flying. If you're tired and you're like, oh, don't use stims. So we're going to talk about Train Like a Pro series. I've got my blood test here. If you want me to do a series of these, give the video a thumbs up. If you don't, give the video a thumbs down. But if you want me to go through the next 30 days, training like a pro, not a noob, a pro. Right, I've got some inside edge here, talking to sports medicine doctors, doping doctors, running coaches, cycling coaches. You know, I've got some inside tips here I can share with you in the series. If you want me to, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, thumb it down. Maybe this is boring for you. I know I'm just repeating myself again and again and again for the last 12 years, but I don't mind doing that because some people get value from it. So I'm here for you. So that's all I ask people. If you get an audience, please give them the best advice. Don't lead them down the intermittent fasting bull crap. Don't lead them down the weigh yourself every day. Dr. Greg is down. Yeah. You know, sugar's bad. Yeah. Oh, I did a bit of training. I can have a little bit of carbs today, not too much. Greg did so. I was like, oh my God. Like, oh man. I had some comments the other day. I did a response video just wishing my best for vegan cyclists because he looks tired as heck, man. And people are like, oh, he had a motorbike crash, you know, decades ago, and that's why he looks tired today. And it's like, that's not what. Dark circles under your eyes you didn't have a few years ago, and now you've got magically this month when you're going, you know, trying to do everything full on detailed vlogs that take ages to edit. I do simple stuff because I've got other things to do. And you come here not for fun and entertainment, maybe a bit of entertainment, maybe a little bit of fun, but you're watching my stuff, especially 4 minutes in, because you want education, maybe a bit of edutation, you know. So I don't do the fancy stuff. 1, takes ages. 2, I'm not that good at it. 3, I'm education based, right? With a little bit of fun there. So I'm not a cinematographer. I'll leave it to Casey Neistat. You know, he does really well. A lot of our people do a great job. You know, I'm the everyday guy. I'm the guy you turn up and there's something for you. Truth bombs all across my platforms. Just basic content that transforms your life if you actually use it on a consistent basis. So that's my sincere thing to vegan cyclists. You know, I had so many comments. I did that video. It's got 8K views or whatever in a few days. And people have written me via Instagram DMs, etc., just saying thank you very much. Someone had to say it. You know, eating disorders are rife in cycling. And I've been there myself. It's so easy to slip an eating disorder. So easy to neglect your family, your wife, your boyfriend, your husband, your kids, your workmates, or whoever, whatever. If you're not getting enough nutrition, mostly in the form of carbohydrate, because that's your muscle glycogen, and that's what all your blood tests are going to be based on. How much carbohydrates are you getting there, and are you getting enough? You can't get too much carbs, but you can definitely get not enough and get anemia, and get thyroid issues, and get low testosterone, and you know, a lot of issues, which we'll get into. We'll get into this. If you want me to go over the blood tests, you know, this is full blood test. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. What blood tests should you do before you start a big block of training? Before you train like a pro? Because those pro riders, man, they're getting blood tests every few days. You know, I'm talking like the big names. Every few days. Some people are doing their bloods every day to see how they're responding to certain training protocols. You know, because you've got to look after yourself. You look after your health. You know. So if you want me to do this series, let me know down below. But yeah, we had a lot of questions. Even had a few people going, oh, you're just trying to hate on the vegan cyclist. And it's like, what? How are you going to get anywhere in life if any positive, well-intended, sincere criticism is handed to you? Are you going to cry and go, oh, you're so mean, you're hating me, you're so negative? You know what I mean? Like, I've been there like back in probably 20 years ago when I was massively overtrained. And one of my mates was like, Harley, like, what are you doing? You know, you're training too much or whatever. And I was just like, the first sign of overtraining is when you can't handle any criticism, you know, without like taking offense or whatever. You're overtired, all right? Get some more rest. Cut the training back. Have a holiday. Just do something. More sleep, water, sugar. It reverses things. So that's the one thing. So if you're watching my content and getting triggered by it, it's going to sound arrogant, but you're overtrained, which could be sleep, water, and or sugar. Okay? Sincerely. You know? And you might learn that now, today, age 21, you might, I think Drew Knight's a bit of a toss bag, but maybe he has a point. Maybe I'll increase my sleep, water, and or sugar and see how I feel. Oh, well, Drew Knight was right. He's still a toss bag, though. I don't care if you think I'm the biggest toss bag in the world. I'm not here to be Mr. Popular. Look at me. I'm I'm whatever. I'm here to help. I'm here to contribute. Nothing gives me greater success in life, feeling of success, is when I get to contribute to people. Right? Nothing. If I go down the beach, pick up some plastic, I'm like, cool. There is another zillion tons of plastic on the beach in the ocean, but pick up one bit, better than nothing. I saved, help one bit. And that sense of contribution, if I help one person, if I get 10,000 views in a video, if I get 10 views in a video, one person's like, you know what? I'm going to drink more water than that. I'm going to drink enough water, I've got clear urine. Yeah. Then I've won. I've succeeded. Whether I'm dead broke, like back in the day, uploading videos at the local public library because I couldn't even afford Wi-Fi, to today, to be doing whatever I want to do, money-wise, whatever. And I'm happy to wear my old sick t-shirt and my dusty stages hat I got from Sea Otter back in 2016. I've got a crusty Camelback water bottle I've had for God knows how many years. I actually clean it. Instead of throwing it in the bin, I clean my bottles with a bottle brush, tip it outside for the garden, contribute to the animals and the planet. Yeah? Tastes like mold. Just puts your hairs in your chest. But like, I live a very simple life, so I've been on both sides of the fence, dead, broke, homeless, living on welfare, to today, and I'm still living like a peasant. Because I love the simple lifestyle, all right? I love simple lifestyle. So that's my drive here. It's not popularity. The reason why my subs come and go, you know, it's like because I do such different topics. One minute I'm talking about fake natties. Next minute I'm talking about how to give your girl the best G-spots. Next minute I'm talking about, and I just lost 10 subs then. And I probably gained another 10 subs, you know? So I'm constantly doing different content that I want to make. I don't make content just for popularity. If I did that, I'd just stick with one hit topic and then the subs just go right up and up and up. I like to diversify and just, this is just me giving and contributing. And some people go, I don't want to hear about cycling. I just want to hear about weight loss. And I'm like, you want weight loss, but you don't want to hear about cycling. Or they're like, I just want to hear about running. I don't want to be a good cyclist. I want to be a good runner. You want to be a good runner and not ride a bike? It's like, dude, dreaming. I don't want to hear about relationship tips, you know. I've got a girlfriend. I'm good. Well, is your girlfriend or your boyfriend satisfied? You know, like, so I do try and diversify it because I just do the topics that have helped me so much in my life, and a lot of you out there appreciate it. So that's why you sub to cycling and you're, what's all this other crap? MacBook giveaway or what? You know, I do it all. Just whatevs. So yeah, if you want me to do the series, let me know down below. Got a blood test back just a few days ago. I've been on blood tests on YouTube for like a decade now. 2010. So yeah, just over a decade, coming up to 11 years, posting my blood tests on YouTube, documenting experiments with exogenous anabolic steroids, and having all the different types of, what's the word? Pharmaceuticals, talking to different athletes who are natty and not, and stuff like that. So when I'm giving you my opinion, I'm giving it with total transparency. Nothing hidden here, nothing to hide, because I've gotten the most value in my life from people who didn't hide shit, who didn't care about what my opinion was of them. They're like, this is who I am, take it or leave it, dude. This is the truth. This is what I've done. This is what I haven't done. Boom, boom, boom. Use what you want, you know? It's like go to a restaurant and they just give you the flatbread with the hummus. This is the ingredients, boom, boom, boom. You want it or not? Cool. It's vegan, it's high carb, low fat. I'm like, let's go. So that's what I love, transparency, man. And I don't hate, maybe I hate a little bit, but the it's more frustration, you know, when people aren't transparent about what they're really doing, you know. And so you have like noobs out there, like you got Athlete X, so he's doing fake weights. Did Athlete X even address that? He got busted using fake weights. How to lift strong and heavy, and he's using fake weights. So you got these noobs out there trying to lift as heavy as he is, getting injured, or thinking they can get those results natty, and you know, they're watching David Goggins, and they think David Goggins actually runs as much as he claims he does, and who knows if he does, but he doesn't post on Strava, so we don't really know how someone can maintain such a heavy, fake natty musculature claiming to run 200 miles a week or whatever he does claim, you know. It's like, so there's that whole American fairy tale, and I love America, all right, God bless America, but this fake natty, half-truth, fake weights, Rocky Sylvester Stallone, only the Russians use gear mentality. It's like, you know, Lance Armstrong, it's crazy, man, you know what I mean? And I was like, I'm rambling on now, but I was talking about Lance Armstrong for years. I was saying, Lance Armstrong ain't full natty, brah, you know? People are like, what? You're a hater. And I'm like, I'm not a hater, man. Do you know how much money I've made off Lance Armstrong? I still make money off Lance Armstrong's doping regimes, practices, what I do and everyone else did, you know? I still make money off that today. So for me to go and knock Lance Armstrong when he's probably bought, you know, like, you know, Lance Armstrong's put shirts on my back. I mean, when I worked for the Trek dealership, I didn't even sell bikes. Lance sold the bike. I just did the credit card, you know. It was insane, like, the power Lance had. So I was making criticism, say, well, yeah, Lance is definitely on the juice, just like everyone else he's beaten. Well, who's beaten him? And people are like, oh, you're just a hater. I'm like, this is just how it is. And so many people just can't handle the truth. I don't know what it is, man. So many people are so precious, especially in America. In Australia, we swear. It's more like, call a spade a spade. It's like, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of gullible people in Australia, don't get me wrong, because we follow, you know, Hollywood and stuff, but in Australia, it's a bit more like, come on, dude, like, serious? You know, like, we think of a lot of American culture as amazing, but also a lot of it is very cringe as well. The traditional Aussie, the traditional Aussie battler thinks a lot of American stuff, like, is very, very cringe. Even though someone can provide great value, like Tony Robbins says some great stuff, but, super like corny and fake and stuff like that. Even though he says some powerful stuff and he's done really a lot of good in the world. Inspired me a lot as well. So that's what I'm just saying there. But American audience, a lot of Americans love me. A lot of Americans hate me. They're like, Darren Ryder, like, A lot of Scandinavians love me. A lot of Scandinavians hate me. Especially one in particular because of his wife. This is my hotel room. But anyway, it's just, we're digressing. So you get a bit of entertainment value here as well. That's the deal. If you want me to do this series, train like a pro. And train like a pro so you absorb the training versus just doing it, going through the motions. I did 500 miles this week. I did 1,500 miles this week. Because there's a big difference, which I learned maybe 20 years ago. Doing training and absorbing training. Doing training, what does that mean? You're doing it, but you're not really absorbing it. It's just sort of like you're in and out, and it's like you don't, not fully digest it. You just like pass it through. Just pass the miles through your legs, and you're like, did I even train? Like what? I'm getting slower. What's going on there? And absorbing training, seeing positive increments going up in your life, your watts per kilo, or your overall watts, or how long you can hold certain watts per kilo, or your mood's better, or your recovery, like just things like that. Absorbing training. And what can also happen is you can be absorbing training, and then you haven't had enough recovery, so then all of a sudden, you unravel all the work you've done pretty much, and you go into a state of massive fatigue, a massive rut, call it Epstein-Barr virus, call it chronic fatigue syndrome, call it glandular fever, call it meningitis, call it CBF to the max syndrome, whatever you want to call it, Because see, you always teach people, less is more. It's better to be a little bit undertrained and your girlfriend and boyfriend just love being around you, and you're hungry, you're like hungry for life, not hungry for food, Always eat your carbs in, people. Don't be hungry for carbs. If you want carbs, eat them. If you want to go to the toilet, go to the toilet. If you want some water, have the water. If you want to sleep or a nap, have that. Unless you're driving, and then pull over the side of the road and have your power nap, okay? So you got this absorbing the training thing. It's better to be a little bit undertrained and hungry than overtrained and apathetic and like, and everyone around you is like, oh my God, when are you going to stop this stupidity? You know what I mean? Where's your libido? Where's your mood going? Where's your productivity? You're a stimulant junkie. You know what I mean? Every can't even function without the stims. And that's the society. And then you got to wind down with alcohol or sleeping pills. It's like, come on, what are you doing? Waking up to uppers and going down to downers. It's like, there's a place for pharmaceuticals in some situations. Small dose, not every day. Depends on what you're taking. Things like that. I teach people to learn about their body. Anyway, that's the rambles. If you want me to get into depth on this over the next 30 days or whatever, then let us know down below. We'll talk about nutrition. We'll talk about blood tests. We'll talk about body fat levels. We'll talk about relationship stuff. How to go and do 1,000 miles a week and not destroy your marriage or whatever. We'll talk about how to balance it, How to absorb the training. If you want that, thumbs up. If you don't, thumb it down. And we'll go back to talking about some eggplant hummus. Thanks for watching.